Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out. Hi. Ha. Ha. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Oh, there's the other light. Hi, Clara. How are you? I'm still trying to get things situated because it's just been one of those weeks. Hi, Nana. How are you? Oh, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. I'm still trying to get situated. It's just been one of those days for the last couple of days. Gonna work on that plate everyone seemed to like. Yeah. I don't know, my screen says something that... Whoops. Whoops. Uh-oh. I don't know. My screen is telling me something and I can't figure out what it is. I hope you can see. Let me know that you can see everything okay, please, because I just want to make sure that it's going through, because I don't know, it's saying something on the camera that I don't know what that is. All right. Helps to have all the nail goodies. Okay, great, thank you. Now, I realized that I guess my phone volume got turned down for all of my, my alarms have not been going off today, and I'm like, what in the heck? And then I figured out, oh, it's because the volume wasn't there for me to hear them going off. That explains a lot. And I just figured that out. Mrs. Deary, happy chimichangas is our greeting. And she sent me the link for these things, and it is interesting using them. I'm gonna say that they're a little snug. I don't really like them, how they feel, because they're kind of tight, but at the same time, I'm noticing that yes, it's a lot nicer to have these to cover my fingers. It's better than the bigger gloves, and it makes things easier to be able to do this and not be directly touching the polish and all the other stuff going on. What did I do with my, oh goody, just a moment. Having one of those days, as I said. What did I do with my tips? There they are. Nope, wrong ones. Oh, goody goody. Goody goody goody. Here. Yay. Okay. So, how are you both doing? For those of you who are in the viewing of the replay, how are you doing? Leave in the comments. How's your day? We are fast approaching the end of June and the beginning of July. So surprising that we're already 6 months into the year. It always feels like, where did the days go? I mean, I know we do the same things and we have all the same habits, and we go through and we take care of all the things we need to take care of, and then, you know, we kind of like look up and go, oh wow, it's June. 4, 5, 6. Where are you? I'm in Vegas, so I'm in the western the Pacific side of the country. Where are you located? And yeah, it has been hot, but to be honest, I'm gonna say this so far has been a very mild summer, and appreciative of this. The scary thing is that that means we're quite possibly going to have a very cold winter, very cold, wet winter. And then, and with that, next summer is going to be scorching. Iowa. Oh, wow. I can imagine. See, in Vegas, I very rarely have humidity because it's just not in the cards. The only time we get a huge amount of humidity is if there's like this major storm that just sticks around for several days. But other than that, there's not a lot of humidity, which I love because I can't breathe in the humidity. So I feel sorry for you. I mean, my condolences. I know what you mean by that. It is not fun or pleasant. And Vegas is usually warm, and I'm not a fan of the heat overall. I like it milder, but at the same time, I've lived in the snow, and I've lived in near the water, and I like the dry here better than most of the other places I've lived. I lived in the snow where pretty much you had to have sorels and car chains, and and I could do the snow. I don't like the ice, so I feel for you. But where I've lived at in other places, you had changes of weather. Here it's just hot and not hot. So there's that. And usually by May, mid-May, I mean, there have been a bunch of years that I'm gonna say it wasn't even Mother's Day, and we hit here in Vegas such a high temp. I want to say it was 112, 113, and it fluctuated the whole month around that timeline, the temperature wise, and then after that it just stayed, and it was 117 or 118 the entire summer, and it did not cool off until I want to say mid-November. It was just, I mean, all the way through October, all the way through and past Halloween. Halloween has always been the thing that, okay, it might be warm, it might be hot, it might be, something going on for that. I can't tell if I did this upside down or not. There it is. That the weather might be not Halloween-like weather, and then the day of Halloween, something will shift. And next you know, okay, there's winter. That summer, oh my gosh, nope, it didn't happen at all. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it was awful. I did not get a great pickup on that one. I got lost in in the sea of flowers. Yeah, it was bad. And it wasn't last year, it was the year before. We actually hit 120. It was beyond, are you kidding me? It was just so wild that, yeah, it was yuck. There was no amount that was, luckily it was only a couple of days, but man, that week, and then it just stayed warm, and it was like, all right, I got it. I don't know if, have you heard of those cooling towels? You get them wet. There's specific types of towels that you, and it's just get them wet with any tap water. Doesn't even have to be cold. And then you shake them out, and then you put them around you, and you get a nice cooling thing. But if you've got a lot of humidity, they don't work real well. They're great for when it's drier. The air is drier, because the evaporation process does all the work. So, I know you are now, Nana, I know you are aware of Maniology's goodies, but have you found She Modern yet? She Modern is this other polish that I'm using. Okay, okay. Um, I would, the next opportunity that you can, I do recommend that you get some of her stuff. I know you do acrylics, I think it is. Acrylic, the acrylic nail polish that you have to cure. And she sells, I'm trying to remember so she has the actual acrylic polish, the semi-gel, and then this is the air dry. And on hers, the bottles are the same, but a lot of her acrylics does have kind of a more rounder. It's not all completely round like Maniology's is. Hers is more of like an oval shape, and the air dry is the square. And so this one does not have to be cured, and then she has the other ones that do need the light that have to be cured. And I have not used the products that need to be cured. I have used this. I have a bunch of her colors, and she's got some amazing stuff. She actually there for a while had some thermal polishes. Those were kind of cool, that changed colors. And then she had some others that I really liked that were a duo shifting chrome, that they were a black polish that then as you turned it, it had a shift of a different color. Those ones were really, really fun. But she's trying to maintain her line to be a very compact set right now. So she does come out with new things occasionally. But she's a very small company like Maniology. And her products are, and the thing is though, like with you, when you use things on Maniology's polish, you're going to want to use a decent amount that you would get full coverage over your design to have the pickup, to have the can't get that off. Whereas with her stuff, you would use a lot less, and most of her polish is very, very sticky. So, and with hers is that you give it a minute, whereas Maniology, you're moving really, really quick from start to finish. Hers does give you a little bit more time. But in my opinion, with all of the polishes, oh, that one won't show up. With all of the polishes, I'm trying to find one that will. What do I have? There's a you as you get to doing this a little bit more, you'll understand there's a speed of things that you that you'll understand the timing. And I equate it to like shifting gears on a car, that once you have everything down and the pattern is your it's part of your regular habit, it'll make more sense when you're trying to do things. And you can shift back and forth between the brands and the products. See, and that's the only thing I don't like about it, is it hinders things, because I'll use my cleanup and then I go to I get the tape stuck. That's the only bad thing about using the little plastic gloves. It doesn't like sticking to the tape. Oh, okay. I didn't know that you were going live on your channel. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. It just, depends on the length of things. But I do appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. And if all else fails, I'll go check out your replay if I don't make it to the live. Thank you. See you soon. Bye. Trying to figure out what design to do next. Let's do this one. Hi, Melissa. How are you? I saw the video that your granddaughter got her bike, her mountain bike. I am using that plate that I did the video on the other day with M019 that a lot of people love the flowers. And I'm feeling a bit scattered. Okay, you're not lazy, but you procrastinate. How about that? You just wow, yeah, she seemed like she wanted to go a little bit faster, but I think there was a little bit of the fear factor of I don't want to go too fast. And then you and her granddad being there, I think she wanted to take off a little faster, and you were like, go slow, be careful. And she was just like, yeah, trying to get the hang of it. She was trying to get the speed and the timing and whatnot, but she just wanted to get on that thing and go. And she had to be in the yard. She had to be in that spot. I think if I think that if she had a straight area or a big enough area that she could have gone in, a longer time between but she had it down. It was like, wow, okay. Braver soul than I. Okay, well, we'll chat and I'll help you with the procrastination because it's a form of as a life coach. It's a form of self-sabotage, and it doesn't do you any good. Doesn't help. It's still in. Her bike is still in first gear and won't take it out until she gets a little better. She asked if he would put it in second, and he said absolutely not. Yeah, I can relate. I can totally understand, because she's just like, it's like she wants to go, but at the same time, the speed of it, I think, is going a little faster than her body can regulate. So she wants to go, but I think she's also afraid of the speed of it, the potential speed of it. So yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Oh, wow. Kids and grandkids. They're funny little critters. Along with the fur babies. Yeah, I see your videos with the little pups, and they just look at you and go, uh-uh. I can hear it in their heads going, nanner, nanner, nanner. And they just look at you with those wide eyes. Nanner, nanner, nanner. Yeah, your pups have those eyes that are like, she's on to me. She's on to me. I got it, and my dog is just, she looks at me and says, I rule the area here, and don't make me, Yeah, I thought so. Mine thinks she's in charge. She believes wholeheartedly she's the boss. And then I come in there and go, uh-uh. So then her attitude is she tries to pull that with Hubster, and she wins about half the time. He's gonna mow a little course for her in our top hayfield. She has to get used to it. She has a small hole and 3 bruises. A small hole? Oh, did she get a gash from it? Oh, poor baby. Poor little thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. She is princess and she's in charge. She wants to rule everything, and she tries. She knows she can't. She knows she absolutely cannot when it comes to me, and most of the time she behaves. Like now, there's nothing. But as soon as he walks in the door, it's chaos. It's pandemonium. I mean, my goodness. You've heard the how quiet it can be just, when she's here with me, and then he walks in the door and all bets are off. Cuz he's finally getting, I mean, we've only the dog is like the same age as Maniology. She'll be 7 in September. And he's finally now getting to the point of where she actually listens to him. Like, well, okay, I tried to tell you these things. You being the man. You being difficult. No, I don't like that one. I probably waited too long on this one. I'm running a little slow today. Running a little behind the... It's like, I figured out the last couple of days, everything that when my alarms were supposed to be going off, apparently the ringer got turned down for the notifications. And you know that when you feel like you are behind the 8 ball and everything you do, you're like, wait, what's going on? Why, and you feel so discombobulated? It's like that. So hopefully I turned it up, and the rest of the week will be better. Fingers crossed. She had her first wreck plowed into the fencing right in between Chris and myself standing there. He tried to catch the bike. It was a little place where the fence poked her in the leg. Oh, yeah, they did that. That was the same thing. I love that. Okay. I wanted to get the Tigger plate, but I'm kind of on the fence because they did that with the Alice in Wonderland. They did that with Winnie the Pooh and the Mickey and Willie, the Steamboat Willie. A lot of the character plates like that, the images are so small. Because we're talking about, first of all, the plate is small, in general. But then, yeah, those images, they are, and for me, I struggled for days. Absolutely struggled with getting anything to pick up with Alice and Winnie the Pooh. I was so heartbroken with those that I just could not get them to work. So my question is on last month's box, did you find that the images were difficult to maneuver? Did you have any difficulties? I would take less images and then be a little bigger because you can always shrink them. Pooh was rough also, and that was a year ago. Oh, you got the Pooh one? Yeah, I got the Pooh one when they came out. I want to say they did several Poohs. I want to say there was the 2 that came in the Manny by Me box, and I want to say that came, I want to say that was like 3 years ago that they did the Pooh box in the Manny by Me box. I want to say Alice was first, and then a couple months later they did the Pooh box, and then they did do additional Alice and Pooh plates for the non-members. So I want to say there was like a total of 3 or 4 for the Pooh. So yeah, okay, yes they were. You'll still, yeah, I agree. I had so much trouble with those, and I've seen other people do some interesting artwork with them. So I'm gonna keep trying to figure out how to make it work, because I really, really, I'm telling you, really, really, really wanted to make them work. But man, those things, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know. Oh, there's a bunch of them that no matter what I did, I could not get the image to pick up. And it upset me, because I like doing my nails, and I wanted to do some things, but yeah, I couldn't do it with that. Oh my gosh. My favorite one is that second one on the bottom that was the stars. That one was super cute. I really wanted to figure out how to get the one with the flames to work, but that one was another one that would just irritate me. Yes, very fine lines. You have to use, the polishes that you use for those have to be very, very liquidity. You cannot use a thick cream. You cannot use anything that has any kind of special effects. Even the fine glitters, I mean, nothing with anything in it. And it's got to be either a brand new, newer polish that has not, because yeah, I would play with it before. I would wait a week before you use it and give it a little bit of, because if you're telling me that it's got fine lines and they're small, you're gonna need to practice with it. I'm telling you, those ones, they get a little, either that or have a backup. Work with, you could try working with it, but if you're saying that it's small images and fine lines, yeah, have a backup. Because, like I said, those frustrate me. Those give me, if you've got like She Modern, yeah, that would help. But what I'm saying is you're gonna have to use the sticky base if you're using Maniology's polish, because and use a little bit more than what you think you need to use. I mean, because I know in general it goes against that knee-jerk reaction of how much to use. You're going to want to use a little bit more than that, and then you're going to want to go really slow. And here's something I'll share with you, that if you line it up, so you're going to have it along the, oh, I touched. Oh, well, we'll go right there then. You're going to line it up to where you want, and then just set, and then slowly pull away. You're not moving anything. You're just allowing the pressure of the stamper to come up undone. And that's another technique that you can do. It's not a Hulk smash, but you're just allowing the pressure of the stamper and the release. And I don't know if you can see that, but you're allowing it just to kind of release itself. And sometimes that can help. But that's one that you're gonna, it's great for newbies to be able to you're not rocking back and forth, you're not rolling anything, you're not just pulling it straight up like a rubber band snapping. You're just allowing it to kind of slowly, as if it were an ice cube, and letting it melt. If that makes sense. And I recommend, do you have a monocle? Uh, Sometimes a monocle can help with the more difficult, but I find it hit or miss. Also, I don't understand the layered stamping on this one, considering the balloons are going to be a different color. It would be hard to layer stamp those images, probably be easier to reverse stamp. On the Tigger plate, I'd have to take a look at it. If you want After My Life Thursday, if you want to try, I can do my best to guide you through it. Well, because I don't have mine yet. But you like the double end, the double end stamper for fine lines? Okay. Hi, April. How you doing? Thanks for showing up. Thank you for coming over to give me a hi and a wave. I appreciate that. How you doing? Yeah, I'm getting all squeaky. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Well, like I said, April, we're talking about the Tigger plate that Maniology just released, and whatchamacallit, words are hard. Melissa and I are chatting about the Tigger plate being fine lines and how the images are really, really small, and how to get the double stamping and other things. So I don't have mine yet to be able to demonstrate, but I can try and guide on see, and that's the other thing. I like the concept of the gloves. I want to love the gloves, like, oh good grief, don't. Just like last month's plates images, that they're too tight. See, they're strangling me. I got to figure out how to make them not be so tight, and then not put my nail through, and then I get stuck with the tape because it wants to stick to the tape when I'm trying to use it to pick up the mess of things. But having them is nice, because then I don't have to worry about getting paint on my nails when I'm trying to knot. And I like the fact that I'm not covered in the acetone and the polish and stuff, so there's that. It's one of those things I'm gonna have to get used to. I love that Deary sent me the link for the right ones, because I was trying to desperately figure out which ones to get. And it was in a sea of latex, non-latex, and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, those can be touchy. I did a manicure with the toil plate last week, and the lines are so fine that every time I cleaned a design, I couldn't see it under the acetone remains. Yeah. Here's the thing though. One thing that might help you both with picking up fine lines, and it's one of those things. Where's my liquid goo? Smudge rate. Okay. So, do I have enough left in this one? I'm gonna have to refill. Okay. So, on your very fine lines, you want to use a good amount of polish, obviously. That how you would normally put just a little bit, you're going to put just a little bit more, and then hold it for a minute. You know, not too long, because we all know Maniology's polish is fantastic, but it dries really fast, and if you're not in there, you miss it. So then you're going to, how you hold your scraper would normally be, can I get it? like this, you're going to hold it more like this. So it's just the weight of the scraper as you glide across, like you're an ice skater and you're just gliding. You are you're a ballerina and you are just moving across the floor ever so. Yep, we messed up that one. I talked too long. Okay, so you're gonna glide across. Let me clean off the image. Try this one again, take 2. I won't talk so much. Oh. Yeah, just to keep, so I'm not touching the polish as much, because yeah, I do this stuff a lot, like every day, if not multiple times. I've got my hands into the acetone and polish, and it can be of a concern. So you're going to glide ever so sheerly across. You're going to quickly pick up. Doggone it. Okay. I know what I'm doing, but I'm having a lemon day. I'm going to switch polishes because that could also be a problem. My hand's so not like acetone. Yeah. I like that. I didn't think I would need it, so I put off getting it for the longest time for the pineapple grabber. And then when I did get it, it was like, oh, thank goodness for this thing. And then, unfortunately, the pineapple grabber does not like these new lint-free, so I haven't found anything yet that will replace the grabber, because the lint-free does not have enough texture. Hi, Bailey, how you doing? That's okay, I was late too. I did not notice that my notifications on my phone did not go off. And I'm like, oh crap. So for like 2 days I've been running behind, not getting to do everything. So you're going to take your smudge free, and then you're just going to go, not do that. Yep. Yeah, I was using my smudge free too much, and now my bottle is needing to be refilled. And where did I put my other? I don't see it. But essentially, you're going to do the image, and you're going to put the smudge free over it and allow that to dry, and then do your stamp. After it's dried, put your sticky base down, and that helps with the fine lines. Actually, this one wasn't one that was like an example, a good example of that. But if you have your base down and you're ready to go, and to do that one, and then you're gonna, like I said, pick up your image. You're gonna do the scraper a little bit less than straight. You're gonna be it where it's more flat and slide across. Pick up your image, use your smudge free, and kind of flood it a little bit. I mean, not a whole lot, because the smudge free is pretty good, but don't drag across the image. Give it a like, where when you pull it off, you have like a dot. Allow that dot to kind of cover and go over your image, and then allow that to, to have a few seconds to dry. And then while that's drying, you can do the sticky base over your nail. And then, test kind of where you're at with the smudge free on your stamper. And then when it's, more than tacky dry, it's almost dry, then go ahead and apply and see if that will help with the fine lines. But some of these plates, I'm telling you, it's like we all love, I mean, am I wrong? We all love the pretty petals. Those flowers on that petal, the plate. I have occasionally, there's ones with the very fine lines that have like the fronds. Those ones do give me a bit of a pause every now and then if I'm moving too fast. But you can use almost all the images off that plate and have it be fantastically beautiful. Have it be, it's not in that stack. Have it be positively gorgeous. Not that stack. I've moved things around, and when you move things around, you get a little nutty on where things are. Not that stack. What did I do? Oh my gosh. Aha! I found the right stack. This one. Where it's like the little lines on this one and the little lines on this one. And sometimes this one. Those ones can give you a bit of a pause. But the other ones, they just pick up like butter. Just, you know, like a knife through butter. Oh my goodness. Now these ones are easy to mess up if you're going too fast. If you're not really careful. Because it's all fine lines. But it does pick up very nice. These ones are the same. They pick up really well. Now this one might give you a bit of a pause because it's got a lot more negative space and the images are raised. That one is, I don't know why they do that one. I really don't. I've got a few other plates that have those raised, bumpy kind of things. And I've even asked Maniology in emails. And I get, the answers I get, well, They explain the how-to, but not the why. And then these ones are super fine. Again, you have to go really slow in what you're doing. These ones are tiny. These ones are hard to line up. But I love those strawberries. Oh my God, that's why it's in my stack here. I love those strawberries. And these two I think are especially for beginners, but at some point getting these two in your collection is gonna absolutely, along with this one, absolutely, those three are a must. This one is eventually, this one has a lot of potential, but it's also not, it's not one intuitively. Yeah. Oh yeah, the pretty petal ones. Oh my God, I have not met anybody at this point that in any area of where I have either been a viewer, you know, or talking with people, that pretty petals plate, everybody loves it. Everybody. So yeah, there's that. Oh, gotta do the butterfly. Definitely have to do the butterfly. Where's my others? Nope. Have to do the butterfly. it is. The only thing with She Modern polishes is that when you go to take them out to do them, especially if the bottle is very, very full, man, it likes to just bubble out. I don't know if it's because of the altitude that I'm at, but I'm telling you, it likes to just come out way too much. And you have to go slow and be careful that you don't get an abundance of the polish that's coming out. Because, man, oh man, oh man. No, that one's not going to. I don't think that one's going to show up. None of my... I like that one. What'd they do? What happened here? I don't know, something happened here. Hang on here. Okay. It took me a long time to figure out the right amount of polish, right degree angle to scrape at, and pressure to keep the polish in those French plates. But once you figure it out, the world is your oyster. Oh, I agree. I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the whole idea of the... Melissa, are you saying that you're gonna or you're not gonna participate in the chat because you're eating and drinking, or are you did you need to go? I'm confused. I've been confused all week. And me and technology has not been working well today. I didn't do that at a great angle. So we'll just put it there. Yeah, I had to, I just had to play with it. I mean, for me to get things to work, I had to, I just had to get in with the process of, okay, let me just figure this out. It's, you know. I don't know. This one is just not. Electronics today, definitely electronics today, are giving me pause. I keep getting messages that don't make sense. Notifications that it's like, I don't know what that's supposed to do. And the things that I normally know what I'm supposed to be able to, I'm not finding the section that goes, okay, yeah, you can make adjustments here. I've had several updates and they are testing my patience. That is because nothing is where it's supposed to be. All my settings and everything has been rearranged. Everything's been moved around. I do not like when they do software updates that change that color didn't work. And now my brain's not working. I'm like, what do I need? What am I looking for? Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Nope, I don't think that's clean enough. I think that's going to interfere. Yep, there was still polish there. I don't like that one either. Doggone it. Okay, like Dev was saying the other day, know when to stop. Quit trying to fix it. I don't want to quit trying to fix it. Oh, I know what I need. I know what I need. Hi, Robin. How you doing? We're just over here trying to figure out when do I stop? When do I quit trying to fix? We've been chatting about a lot of things. Doing different plates. Melissa got the Tigger plate, and it's got a lot of fine lines to it. And the Frenchy plates, and like they said on Maniology's live that I missed half of yesterday, where she was like, you keep going to fix it until you get it right, or when do you stop? When do you get to that point that you realize, okay, I need to be done with this because it's not getting any better? And this is the one I've done. I wanted to do something different. Actually, here, where did it go? I did the butterfly, and I wanted to add the little blue part to it over here, and it wasn't going to show up, and it wasn't going to work, so I just left it. I've done some different images. I'm not feeling my best today, as far as, like when you take cold medicine and you feel groggy. I have not taken cold medicine, but my sleep has made me not so, how do I put this? I'm not so quite bushy-eyed as I normally would be. I just kind of feel like, yeah, I'm here. So I don't know. And my creative moment today is, I took too long for that one. That's the problem I've been having. I've been trying to explain everything, and I get so caught up in that, my timing is off. Yeah, the Tigger Plates characters are too small. Melissa, you're right. Yep. I had a feeling about that. When I first saw it, I went, okay, is this one going to be like the Winnie the Pooh and the Alice? And apparently they are. And like Melissa said, we would much rather have the images be larger and bigger and with more detail that we could work with, instead of having a boatload of images. Give us 2 plates with the design. Oh! I'm sorry for yelling at you. I've never done that. Wow, I am off my game today. I am. GrandmaMiMZi is not fully in the building. Telling you, I'm just, wow. Oh. See, even us ladies that, normally we got it going on. We have our moments that is, we're a hot mess. Today's my hot mess. Wow. Oh, I'm calm. I'm just kind of like, I'm scattered is what it is. I am not fully here. I'm emotionally, mentally, whatever you want to call it. I just feel like I have a lot of things I'm trying to take care of all at once. And it's normally, that's what happens. It's not like it's unheard of for me. I'm just, for the most part, I don't know what it is. Huh. Well, we'll give up on that one and we'll try later. I wish they would put fewer image and then you could shrink them down. Humidity is terrible here in Tennessee. I haven't been outside in 2 days at all. Yes, they are too small. And I was late. I've been late all week. Like I said, I must have made some adjustments, because I know I changed something on my phone because something wasn't working right after the most recent update. So I made some adjustments, and I think I accidentally turned down the notifications. So I haven't been hearing my alarms that usually go off. So I think that part of the problem is that, like when you're late for something, and then you kind of do that, and then because you're running late, so you now stub your toe, and then you spill your coffee, and then you get behind all the people that are, that are taking forever. You know those people that are looky-loos, that when you're in a store shopping and they just stop like in the middle of the aisle and they want to go check something out, but they're like smack dab in the middle where you can't go around them. And you're like, excuse me. And they're like, what? Just go around. And you're like, I can't. In New York, the humidity is terrible too. Yeah, Nana was here earlier and she was talking about the humidity. Yesterday I had to go to my grandson's graduation, otherwise I wouldn't go out. Oh, how was that? Congratulations. I almost wish I didn't. I plan to use it Thursday, but may use the cute little beach one they just released. You usually run into those people on the highway. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, people, I want to love people in general and give them the benefit of the doubt. And then you get the ones where you go, what are you thinking? What? I mean, help me out, people. Why are you, oh. And, yeah, I get it. I'm on high octane all the time. I might not seem like it, but, my little slow wiggle of things is, I'm always on in gear 7. And then I sit because I can only go for so much. And then I got to go sit or I got to go lay down and I got to take a breath. And, like 10 minutes later, yeah. Sadly, I have turned into a crabby pants when dealing with people. April, I feel your pain. I was so proud. He had several awards. Wow, congratulations, Bailey. That's awesome. Yeah, my grandson has not graduated yet, but he will be soon. He just turned 18. That's fun. Fun. And his mother, my daughter, basically said, well, you have choices. You can do X, Y, and Z, or you can do X, A, B, and C, and, you are now legally able to make the choice of whatever you want to do. And she's like, and if you do, MNONP, it would break my heart. Yeah, we were on the phone. We were all chatting with him about, different things. Yeah, April, the thing is with those people, and I understand being crabby pants, you just gotta, with where we're at these days, you gotta kind of go, take a deep breath, and, say bye-bye. Oh yeah, I know. I have been in places where individuals they're not paying attention and they're just being awful. I usually after I have a doctor's appointment, there's usually near all my doctor's offices, which is kind of funny. I don't even know how I manage this, but there's always a place in the parking lot you can go eat. Always. I think they do that on purpose. But there's one that I went into after one of my appointments, and I had just been there all day. I did not feel well. I was just for me kind of going, nope, that's not going to show up. Just for me, it was kind of like, I am done, and I'm just going to sit here because I'm uncomfortable and I don't feel well. I'm going to take my time before I go home. Don't you just love the Calm app? Oh my God, that is, I sleep to that thing. I try to find the longest ones, and I wish I could put it on a loop. I wish I could, but on my the name of the lady that you can't say because they wake up and they talk to you. I have one. I have two. Actually, I have multiples because I got the original one, and then they had an upgrade, and I moved, and there was a sale, and I couldn't just not get it because it was like less than half price because it was a Prime Day, and they had it on special, and I had some sort of discount of something that I did that they gave me credit on something. So I got this like, $100 thing for like 30 some odd bucks. Oh yeah, Bob Ross. Yes, I know. Do you know the history of Bob Ross? Oh my gosh. But I'll tell you in just a sec. But whatchamacallit? So I have that in the bedroom because it's the show one that does the visuals. And so that one I found on Audible. I've got they have the different noise colors that you can play, and it just kind of sounds like air whooshing. But I have the brown noise. I like the pink noise, but it doesn't cut out a lot of I can still hear other things. But when I play, and they've got gray and white and all kinds of colors that you can go in through. And with the brown noise, it's at the right decibel that if there's cars outside doing weird stuff, I don't necessarily get to hear all of it. It cuts out a lot of that excess vroom, and the traffic. I just hear the loud motorbikes and the really grunty things. And then oh no, there's more to the story than he's amazing. He's amazing if you know the whole story. I mean, oh my gosh. And I don't remember all of it, but I will go make a point to go refresh my memory on a lot of the stuff about Bob Ross and tell you all the things that happened to that man. It will break your heart. I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, I do the brown noise on the show, and then on my other device I have Calm or other Audible books and things going. So I've got a multitude of stuff, the air conditioner and the actual fans that don't change the temperature, they just move things around. I got so much stuff going at night. Oh my gosh. No, Bob Ross was in the military. And I think he went in there because his family did not have much. I could be wrong on that. But he's in the military, and he did not like the idea of killing people. He did not like the idea of, oops, I said a bad word. Sorry. He did not like a lot of the things that were going on. So at one point, I don't remember where he was working or what he was doing, but somewhere along the line, he took a class, and I want to say it was not a military thing, but it was like a place that he went to just, like how you go someplace to learn, like you go to a cooking class and it's a group of people. He went to this place to go learn or watch or do something, and somebody was like, here, let me show you how to paint. And so he was doing that on a regular basis and found it to be comforting. And so then somewhere along the line, he met up with this couple, and they took advantage of him in the worst way possible. They were partners, and I don't remember how he ended up doing his painting show we all know and love. But somewhere along the line, these people got him on the PBS network, but they got control of the rights, I think, of his name, of the producership and other anything financially related to what he was doing with those episodes that we watched. So they got the royalties to it. He did manage, there was a court case, he did manage, I think, to get his name back, and his son is having to still fight some issues with these people. They really conned him, and he didn't make nearly as much from that. And he did at one point have where you could buy his name branded products, like paintbrushes and paint and things like that. And they even kind of got on, they prevented him from doing a lot of things that had to do with his art and his creativity. And I don't remember their names, but they are awful people. It was, I just, when I saw the history of this, I went, what in the world? Yeah. Now, I could be remembering things wrong, so don't quote me. Don't say, oh no, GrandmaMiMZi says this is the truth. It's been a couple of years since I saw the show or the documentary or whatever it was that I was watching. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Words are hard, and there are those that are not necessarily on board. There are those that will sell their mother and push her off the bus at the same time. I mean, wow. It is just heartbreaking. I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer. Hi, how are we doing? Here's a hug. Wash away all that, But yeah, people are just, And yes, when they're pushing their buggy, their shopping cart, and they stop in the middle of the aisle, and it's like you're following along at a good pace, and there's no warning. They don't move off to the side. They don't give you any signals. They just, and you're... I have discovered going outdoors, out my door, I rarely do that anymore because it's too peoply out there. And my blood pressure can't handle it. Yes, paint some happy nails. We love our happy nails. We love you, Bob, wherever you are. May you be blissfully be in a place of nothing but happiness, painting your little heart away. Yeah, there's this one occasion I was in a restaurant after my doctor's appointment. I did not feel well. I just wanted to be like, let me be, to do what I need to do and eat and be comfortable and get my, doggone it, there was a smudge. What did I do? And so I'm just kind of like enjoying myself because I knew going home was going to be, I was too tired to move. That after you sit in the doctor's office, because nowadays, I don't know about you guys, but it's like a lot of the doctors here, it's like they have one doctor for the practice. There's one person in the office to see patients, and then the corporation or the whoever does the scheduling, it's like back to people. So it's like you get there, and my appointment was at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't leave until 5. And there was like a whole bunch of people in the office the whole time. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, I just sitting in those uncomfortable chairs that long. And you go, I'm done. I want to go home. But the energy, the physical part of actually getting into a vehicle and riding home, and then you got to get out of that vehicle and grab all your stuff. And I was like, nope, I'm going to just sit here and relax for a minute. And this couple comes in with another guy, and it was really busy. So there was a group of people that was like 4 or 5. This couple with so there was a 3 group of people, and then there was a single guy. The cashier handled the big group, and then the next people up was the 3 people, and she was trying to take their order, but the machine for paying for it wasn't going through. Something was wrong with the cash system, so she can't get their card to work. It's, something's not happening or whatever. So there was a single guy, and he speaks to her in Spanish, and she goes over to a different thing and rings him up, and he pays for it, and the 3 people are mad at her, and she's the only one up front. They have one of the managers or somebody that's in the back, and the cook, and she's trying to talk to them going, I can't get this to work. She lifted up the terminal thing. She's doing all this other stuff, and at one point they started yelling at her. I'm like, don't take your frustrations. She told you it's not working. She's trying to get help. Don't be mad at her because she's helping this other guy. And they wanted to bring the race into it, say that she was giving preference to the other guy. It was like, no, the machine's not working. So just be... I said, and if you don't like it, take your food and leave. And they kind of looked at me and went... They tried to grumble, and I said, do we need to get someone here to, adjust your behavior? They took their food and stormed off. They were not happy. well, don't be jerks. Don't pick on the staff because you're mad because technology is just not functioning that day. I get it. I mean, but still, be kind. Kindness matters. Help. We have so much going on. We all have to be, well, we all have to be extra kind. And, well, like April, you have to jet, make some dinner. So nice chatting with everyone. See you at the next Maniology Live. Oh, thank you. I'll be live again on Thursday, so if you want to come on back. I'm just saying, we all need to love more. Be empathetic more. That's just my. And I'm just not being very creative today. Thank you, April. I love you too. I love all of you. I mean, seriously. I'm not just saying that just to be weird. I love all of you in appreciation of the fact that y'all show up and support me in this and encourage me in this, and we all have this bond through Maniology. It's super special, and I really just in no way, shape, or form do I ever want for anything of anyone to not feel the love from the Ohana. I mean, heaven, we just have to be, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just, I'm going to get all choked up, so I'm going to stop because I appreciate y'all so much. It's just, the world out there can be very brutal and harsh, and I have so appreciated all the love and support that did not turn out the way I wanted it to. Doggone it today. That's okay. I will get it. I will get it together, people. Oh, thank you, Melissa. You are welcome. I do that because there's not enough out there. And you know what? I know that I am one of these people, and there was a guru I was following, still am to some degree, but I don't mean that I stopped following. I'm just, I don't know what I mean. But anyway, basically was one of these people that would come out in case, if you're one of those people that needs to hear this, if nobody ever told you that you're good enough, or that, if nobody, yeah, I didn't have the light on. Brilliant. If nobody ever said, I love you, or that you matter, you do. And I'm like, wow, that it kind of, and I was already a grandmother, so I was old at this point. And I'm kind of going, yeah, that don't have those people. You know what I mean? And so yeah, and it kind of dawned on me. I don't know if it was last year or earlier this year, but at some point I'm kind of going. I was watching one of his videos, and I went, oh yeah, refresher course. So I'm kind of going, hey, in case you're someone out there and you're having one of those days, or if you feel like you're alone or lonely, in your situation, I love you. I might not know you, but I want to send love to you. And I think that because I go, you know what, I love you to everybody out there, I think that has a ripple effect. And There was a study that, like, a boatload of years ago, I want to say in the 80s, that they have the from the FBI. There is a model, a brilliant. I just stuck my finger on it and messed it up. Wow, I'm batting 1,000 in the negative category today. It is just wow, wild. But they did this study. The model that they have can show how much crime and other things that are going on in a certain block radius of your area. And this one guru person, I don't remember who, decided they wanted to have a to test the boundaries of things. And I don't know if it was just a test or just to kind of show proof of things. So they had all the measuring of things going on. And this group, and I want to say it was like 20, 25 people. So it wasn't this big, large amount of people. It was just a small, moderate size of people. And they all sat down to meditate. They all sat down to go, let's go, do this in this area. And they noticed that during the time that this group was meditating, they had a significantly, I want to say it was like 50%, that is significantly larger drop than anticipated in the number of calls and crimes that were being caught and all the things that were going on. That all of the bad stuff that they had been measuring completely stopped to the degree that it normally would. And that it continued on for like 2 or 3 hours after the fact. And if just one person can sit there and meditate and focus on the love, and there's a science person who figured out that the things we feel, the emotions that we feel, and basically they've done a lot of studies on this. So there's a boatload of information on the subject. But the things that you feel, depression, anger, sadness, love, has a measurement, just like the Scoville scale for peppers, where bell peppers have like 0 heat, and then you got the Scotch bonnets and the other ones that are like way, up the unit of human consumption. So they figured out that anything that is below 100 is a negative emotion. And there's other studies that if you're at depression and you get angry, you've risen up to a higher number. And then if you go into revenge, don't stay at revenge, don't do anything out of revenge. But if you actually get to the state of, I want to get back at them, you've actually raised your vibrational output. And then if you move to the next thing of gratitude or appreciation, you're above the line. Love is at 300, but you got to be above 100. And so there's all these other emotions in there. The problem is a lot of people, they feel depressed because this is not a mental health to say that those people who are depressed get help. Have a therapist, have someone you trust. If you need to be on medication, take the medication. But I'm not saying anything against that. Do those things that are appropriate for you. But okay, Melissa, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you are in a state of depression, and I'm just talking those who do not have verifiable mental health that needs assistance. If you're just feeling depressed and you get angry, you have moved out of that. And if you go to the revenge stage, that lightens your mood a little bit, and you do feel better. The problem is people then go, oh, but I shouldn't want to get revenge. Now you hit guilt, and guilt drags you back down into sadness and depression. So you're on this cycle where you just keep going up and back and up and down. And it's a vicious cycle you can't get out of. It's like, oh my goodness. But yeah, can you tell I like reading about these things? And I'm just a crazy grandma, don't mind me. Okay. Which one do we want? Do we want Shadow Veil or do we want Celestial? Because I showed my daughter these colors. What was the other one? Wrong one. Where did it go? Oh, that's cracking. Celestial? Yeah, we like that one. There's another one that's in blue and I can't. She went, why did you show me that? Because she was looking for a color that she wanted to get. And she was like, oh, you're evil. Because she was looking at the Miha, the one that came in the box a couple months back that was kind of this is Summer Cruise. And this one is Harlequin. And the Midnight Miha, I don't know where I stuck it. Is this it? This might be it. It's kind of in the middle of this. And there was one she looked at and she goes, but it's such a pretty blue. And I went, nope, it's a green. It's a teal. It's not blue. She was like, all right. And then there's Kraken. Kraken is like the one that you go to when, oh my gosh, you want a blue and it's not. Oh, Kraken is beautiful. And I'm not a green kind of gal, so I find it funny that I like Kraken so much. I mean, I think it's the formula, to be honest. I think because Kraken is so user-friendly. I mean, no matter what you do, Kraken is just right there, and you're going, oh, that was so easy to do. That was just so easy to... Oh my gosh. Am I wrong about that? Kraken just flows, and I'm dropping things. Good grief. Kraken is just special. I did that one before, but I wanted to do a different color. That one shows up better than the other one I did. Because the other one that I did, where was it? It didn't pick up well on these ones. They didn't, like I said, I'm having a moment with my creativity. Yeah, Mahia is, it's a nice color. Don't get me wrong. I like the color. Like I said, it goes with those three. It's kind of in that family. But it's not a blue. It's something else. And, you know, since we're talking about Kraken, let's just go crack-a-lackin' with the Kraken. Oh. This one is, see, we were Melissa and I were chatting with my live and her live that the viscosity, the flow, and the fluidity of the polish that came with last month's box, the purple was weird. The purple was, and I'm gonna say that for the record, the purple on mine has a, let me get this and I'll grab it. I think mine leaked. Now this is just a plain nail. There's nothing. This is Kraken without any other. Kraken is this, it's not a black dupe, but Kraken has a depth. And with Ocean Floor, if you get it right, The two of them actually kind of work together. But thank you. I finally got one. Woohoo! Grammy got it. What's the dance craze? What's that on mine? I finally figured it out. Mine leaked somewhere in the process of manufacturing and delivery. My polish, and this was dry. This is not something that happened after I got it. This has happened before I got it, and it is gloopy, and it's all in the cap. It's all crusty, and I can fix that. That's not a problem with that. And I'm not saying, hey, Maniology, send me more polish, because mine did a mess. But it is so, the consistency is like used motor oil. It doesn't do what it needs to. It doesn't flow like a cream. And then the yellow is runny as like, I mean, seriously, it's like egg whites. It's just, whoops. See? Just pulling that out, and it spilled. It went over the edge. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say about these two polishes. I will use them so I can use them, and I will not feel guilty. But yeah, I just, last month's box, I mean, I think the thing I liked the most was the pigment, and even that was, oh my gosh. How many of you got that? And how many of you have opened yours? And how many of you got a neon yellow shower? How many of you had yellow pigment powder everywhere? I knew it because when they opened it, I saw that it went poof, and I went, oh, let me do this carefully. And I saw a couple other people open theirs, and it just went, I mean, they had yellow. It was like, I'm going to be cleaning that up for a while. I said, yep. So I made sure I held mine down, and even when I got the edge of it, it was still a little. Hi, Ursula, how you doing? You got here just in time. Okay, so being that we're talking about the box, and yeah, I missed a lot of it and haven't had a chance to go back to the, to rewatch the live from the beginning, from the parts that I missed, because how is it I missed the live? I was not there early. You know, the world's kind of tilting if I'm late to a Maniology. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so, how are we liking the next box? What are our thoughts on the reveal? I'm so happy we're getting a stamper. I'm going to say that up front. I am just super, super happy. I laid down and take a nap because at this point I have a bunch of things that I need to take care of and I'm working on, and some of it I cannot do when Hubster is here. So with his schedule, he is up every day for work. He's got to be up by 3:15 our time. And we're on the West Coast, so if you're on the East Coast, he's up at your time at 6 every day. Now, 3:15, so that he can be out the door and be to work on time by 5. So me, I'm a, you like the new box? Glad to hear it. So I'm one of these people that I have to sleep on a schedule, and when his schedule changed, it used to be that he was going back and forth between different times. So for me, it was hard to acclimate to a specific time because it kept changing. Well, now they finally fixed it because there's a new boss. The old boss understood and had him on a regular schedule, but then they changed bosses because they rotate them on a regular basis every couple of years so that everybody kind of doesn't get too comfortable with their staff and their location. So they changed it. Well, the new boss had him on this wacky schedule until he finally went, you know, I really like this timeline. She said, good to know. And so at that point, now his schedule is the same every single day. And I'm like, okay, great. So even on his days off, he'll sleep in. And I'm over here going, I'm wide awake and I can't get up. I can't do things. So it's like when he's here, I have to figure out my schedule because him and the dog, he'll be like, honey, can you fix this on my phone? Honey, can you, honey. And I'm like, oh my God. So there's not a whole lot that I can do. And then of course, yes, while he's here, the dog has her attitude about things in that, she's the princess, so she wants to rule everything, and she has him wrapped around his paw. So my schedules are kind of around his schedule. Well, they changed his schedule again. And I'm like going, oh my gosh. So I just stayed up one day working on things because there were things I needed to get taken care of, and it's easier after he goes to bed. So I did that. And I was up for a day and a half. I basically got up at 3, and I did not go to sleep until the next day. It was 11 a.m. Yeah. Oh no, you did the nail break with the ice cubes? That's it's painful, and it's painful. I'm so sorry, Ursuline. I just, my God. A broken nail breaks your heart, and then when you actually have a boo-boo with it, I am so sorry, my dear. Oh my gosh. We got a good pickup. Woohoo! So yeah, I was up for a day and a half, give or take. And then the next day, the same thing happened. I got up when he got home that day, it was 7 p.m. my time. And then I stayed up until almost 10 o'clock in the morning the next day. And and that was yesterday. So I'd only had a couple of hours of sleep between both days. I probably got, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 each day, which is a little bit more than I normally get. But see, the thing is, normally I'll get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then I can lay down and take a nap. So I get another 3 or 4 hours. So I got less sleep because I was only sleeping once. I didn't take a nap. Yeah, every single day. Like I was saying, there's a reason why I have the calm and the noise and the sounds, and then I also found that pumpkin seeds, I get the organic ones from Amazon because they have them without salt, and they're not roasted. They're just the raw seeds. And to some people, they might be a little bit of an acquired taste, but I have an odd taste palette in the first place to some things. Anyway, so I basically laid down to take a nap because I was kind of going, I didn't have any sleep yet, and if I don't lay down, I'm going to miss the live. My ringer notifications, the phone would ring, but the notifications for the alarms were not going off. And I woke up and went, oh, explicitive, and I ran through. I grabbed my phone. We went to the little girl's room while I was letting that load up. I missed so much of I missed the entire unboxing. I got there for the artwork, and then I was like, okay, now I don't feel like I can wake up. That's why I think I feel like I've took cold medicine and I'm groggy. Well, again, we have some things we need to take care of, and Hubster was supposed to be off this morning. I wanted to work on some stuff last night after he got home, but I was still kind of tired and groggy, and he was tired. So I went, all right, I will make this agreement with you that we'll get up at your normal time, even though you don't have to get up that early. I'll get you up and we'll do your morning. You don't have to rush to go get, do coffee and wake up. You can go take your morning as you do at a slower pace. And so it's like, and then we'll go get it done, because then we'll have about 3 or 4 hours to work on some things while you're here. And he was not a happy camper to wake up. He was mad at me for waking him up. He did not want to get out of bed and was a grumpy bear. Yes, Hubster, I'm throwing you under the bus. And he got going and doing what he was doing, and then in the process of that, he finally woke up and he was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, I know. Because he's tired, and he works hard, and I appreciate that. So in the process of things, we got what we started a lot later than I wanted to, but we did get things done. And then 15 minutes after we got done with one of the things I wanted to do, it was the most important, so I'm glad we got it done. But only the one project I needed to get done got done, and he comes in and he goes, "This is my boss." Oh, gotta go. All right. Happy dinner, Bailey. Thank you for showing up. So in the process of this, he got called in today on his day off, and I won't see him until much later. So yeah, and I had to lay down and take a nap. And I feel like yesterday I did not get enough sleep. I did not get to go to bed early enough. I got woke up way too early, and I'm tired. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out another color. So yeah, that's what happened. My sleep schedule got turned upside down, and it's not a great sleep schedule in the first place, but it really just did not get what I needed it to be. And then my alarm didn't wake me up, because usually I can wake up and I can give myself, the time that I need to kind of, yeah, hi, here I am, how we doing? And I can function, and then I'm good. Yesterday did not happen that way. And I have not done that in a long time. I think the last time I missed a live was when Hubster was in the hospital, and then the other one was when we had the issue with the apartment complex. They were not being good people and managers, and I gave them a year, and then I went to go ask them to solve a problem, and they gave me attitude, and Grammy went off. Like April said, I lost my temper, and I said something I shouldn't have said. And like I said, they was not being good people. And at the same time, it's kind of the reason why we live here now. And I'm so much, to be honest, it was a bad thing to happen, but it's a much better thing that we don't live there anymore. I'm so much happier to live here. And my quiet, nice neighbors that were so, that I liked having, my happy, nice, peaceful, didn't disturb me. They were, I liked my neighbors, moved out. So, unfortunately, I don't know who I'm going to get next upstairs, but I have nobody up there. So, there is nothing. It's like I'm a happy camper. They're gone. It's empty. The maintenance people have gone up there a couple of times to do the things that they do, but as far as I know, nobody's moved in. So, send me the juju, send me the happy thoughts, the prayers. I need my people out there to do the good. I get Either that I don't have neighbors for a long time, and I'm sad to say, and it's empty, or I get someone who is super, super quiet. They can have pets, but they can have kids, but no one that's a toddler that's throwing things or jumping. They need to have older kids that are above 10. Because the littler ones tend to do that, or they throw their Legos really hard, and you hear all this crunching, or they drop things. I lived in a place that at some point I talked to someone and they're like, oh yeah, one of the neighbors that lived upstairs told me that their relative is always dropping their phone, and you hear like a bowling ball go smush on your ceiling, and you're like going, okay, that's a little jarring. So you're just kind of like, and I don't want those neighbors. I want quiet people, please. I have had, for the last 10 years, I have had the worst noisy people who either want to play their music to the point that my water bottle that is sitting on a table that is not connected to a wall, that's sitting, I mean, it's not next to a wall, it's not brushed up against a wall, it's freestanding, and my water bottle is dancing. It's doing that liquidy, and you're like going, okay, the music's too loud. That is way too loud. I lived at a place where I was the upstairs neighbor, and the dude would play his music so loud that it would wake me up out of a complete sleep. I was like, what in the world? What in the world are you doing? Hello. I live downstairs, stop it. And you're like going, oh my God. So it's like the second or third time he's like, so music's too loud. Yeah. How is it that you don't understand the decibel of this? Because my husband at that point worked nights, so we were day sleepers. And then the next door neighbor would do the same thing, and you're like going, oh, okay, I need to get out of this place because the people are just going to make me nuts. And then we moved to a bunch of different places, and the next one we moved to, off and on different experiences. But then when we first moved here, the people upstairs, it's like, do they ever sit down? And the floor creaked. You weren't necessarily hearing them stomp, but it was like squeaky boards. Every step they took. And it was like, what was it? I want to say there were like 4 or 5 family members. And every time and I could tell when they did their laundry, because they would start doing laundry at like 6 a.m. I could hear their washing machine. And it was like, every time someone came or left, the next person was doing their laundry. And you're like going, oh my gosh. And at some point, it was like, do you ever stop? I'm like, oh my gosh. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of go. And then we had the one neighbor. Oh, we love this neighbor. She left her dog on her patio above us. And then which was a violation because you're not supposed to leave your animals. And I'm like sitting here, it's 100 and some odd degrees outside. It's Vegas. Why are you leaving a dog outside? I really was so angry at this woman. But then she decided she'd go 2 or 3 times a week. She'd want to clean the patio off. And her version of doing that would be to take soapy bleach water, and she'd give it a good scrub, and then she would toss water over on the landing of that. And of course, it's raining down soapy doggy remnants of things, and you're like going, that's disgusting. And she wanted to fight me over it. It was like, will you please stop? I'll take you out. I was like, okay. She was just a peach. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I've had the fill of noisy people. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be in the Misery Loves Company Club. Not trying to recruit anybody. Not trying to be sad and depressing. I'm just going, I'm due to have quiet neighbors. And I finally got the ones upstairs that, it's been in and out of noisy people with little kids that want to stomp and throw around and, do different things. And then I don't know what it is, but it's like the last 3 people that lived up there, they would drag their furniture. It would be like, okay, I understand you want to sweep or mop or something, but it's like they would move the chair and possibly the couch, and it would be like, and you're going, okay, just lift it up and out of your, I mean, I don't know. But this last one, they didn't do anything like that. I didn't hear any stomping footprints. There were no kids running around. All I heard was the dog. Yeah, no, that I would love earplugs, but it messes with my equilibrium. And there are things I need to know about that are going on. Sounds that, you know, like alarms and things that you need to know if something's going off. I would love that, but yeah, this place is because where we're at, the other thing too is that if something were to happen, like in the traffic area, or the there's a lot of power cords and things, like if there's a fire or something, I would need to know, and the earplugs would block that. And we're around a lot of, oddly enough, this corner section has a lot of power lines all really close together. I mean, to the extent that there was one that was arcing. I don't know if you all remember that one time I was live and the power went out, and it kept going out a bunch of different times. And later that morning when Hubster went to work, he said it was making a strange sound, and it was arcing, and he was afraid it was going to spark. And there's a bunch of trees around there. And so I called the electric company and said, there's an issue. Here's where it's at. Y'all need to send people out. And I talked to the neighbors a bunch of hours later, and mine was the first phone call. The one neighbor called, and I want to say they were like 5 or 6. And the other neighbor said she was the 8th caller. And at that point she said, okay, don't worry about showing up. I'm just going to call the fire department. And then you get to explain to your boss why they get to pay for, your company gets to pay for the charge for the call to the fire department. And the fire department showed up because it actually caught fire. The power line actually caught the tree and was about to catch the other tree, because they definitely needed to be trimmed, and they haven't been yet. And so because it was arcing and sparking, it caught the tree on fire 3 different times, because they got it out and then it sparked back up again. And so at that point, the fire department had already put the fire out, and here comes the crew from the electric company showing up on site after the fact. So earplugs in general, because I can't hear the things that are going on around me. I have supersonic hearing, by the way, so I understand I have to take into consideration that, you know, people exist and they're going to do things. And so there are certain things I go, okay, I just got to live with it. And thank goodness for me knowing how to meditate, because I can calm myself down. I have other anti-anxiety, words are hard. I have other anti-anxiety options that are available to me to do. Thank goodness for doing my polish. And the TV can get really loud, so we just turn that up. Or I have the ability, in case anybody doesn't know, if you have the thing from Amazon that talks to you, I have a dot and I have a show, and you can link those. If you've got more than one in different rooms, you can link them. And I have settings so that if I'm working on cleaning on things and I want to listen to a book, or I want to listen to a playlist, it'll play on all of them at the same time. So as you're going from room to room, you get to hear. Otherwise I would miss parts while I was doing things. So I can turn that little puppy up, and I'm telling you, I can be like a rocket catapult people. If I turn my sound on both of those things, although on just one of them, but if I did it on both of them up to the really loud volume, people would be like, who's having a concert? So I have those puppies linked, I try to keep them at a low level. I've gone outside so I know at what number I can hear it, that at the level that's comfortable that I want to hear it at. And I know what level is too loud. So I try to keep my stuff, but if I get really irritated at the outside people being noisy, I'm turning that TV up to 70. And they can hear my TV at 70. And it's like, y'all are being too noisy. Volume up. So I'm just saying, again, not trying to be, misery loves company. I'm just saying, I'm my prayer squad, my juju people, send me good neighbors. The bad story is leading to the point of send me good people. And on that note, it is going on 4:30, and I have been here since 2. So I've been here actually 2.5 hours. My phone was charged at 100%. At any minute, it's going to die. I know that thing. So I will end with on that good note. Send me good love and happy juju that and I think that to some degree, yeah, when I go in there and do my meditations and everything, I know that has effect on the neighborhood. Because then you go outside and it's so quiet, it sounds like a ghost town. Like there's nobody around. And I love that thing. So yeah, I little, no, I don't go, but I can. But yeah, so I appreciate you all so much. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know, I can feel when you do, because I know you pop in and go, and we've had where you showed up and I went, oh yes, she must be at it, because I love you too. I love you so much. I really do. I like just Melissa and Bailey and Martha and or is Bailey and Martha are the same person? Lisa, yeah. Just all of my regulars, Miss Deary. Hi, Miss Deary. Happy chimichangas. In case you watch this later on. She's the one that sent me these things. I do like the fact that I don't know if you can tell, but I had them on this one and this one. I did not have it on this one, and you can tell on my little fingers that this is crunchy, and because this one I touched the acetone with, and this one I did not. This one's all nice and soft, and this one's crunchy, and I have to go wash my hands and put my goop on so that it's no longer crunchy. But thank you. I appreciate those. I will become accustomed to using the finger cots. They are much better than the gloves. 1,000 thanks and my my deepest gratitude, because it's an improvement. I just have to get used to them, because it's a totally different function of things. They do work really good. My only thing is that, yeah, they're a little too tight. That's what I didn't like in the beginning. It's like they cut off. See, if you can see right here, the red, they're cutting off my circulation, and I got to figure out how to stretch that out just a little bit. I'll do a video and put the link in it so y'all can find them, because she sent me the link, and I'll share the love of that. But yeah, they work really well. In that you just have those fingers you want covered. But when I go to pick up my tape, I'm gonna need to figure out something else so that I'm not getting stuck, because I want to go do the stamping, and then I got this piece of tape clinging on that you're just like going, oh crud, and it was interfering, and they were too tight, and so, but then I noticed, like, the second time I used them, I went, oh, I'm not touching the acetone, and it feels so much nicer. It feels better. Okay, I guess I do like this, but it's the other things that are the detractors. So yeah, and this is masking tape. It's not that sticky. When I was using the packing tape, it was like I couldn't get it off. So I got to find another delivery system to figure out how to do that. So anyway, this has been a fantastic Tuesday, even though it's been kind of a wonky one. I appreciate you all. As I've said before, don't let the Misery Loves Company recruit you, and they're always recruiting. Please be kind, be extra kind, be loving and gentle and empathetic and understanding. And like, you know, April's good people, but you know, she said she's a crabby pants because people are just too people-y, and they do things that you just go, what are you thinking? So kind of go, did you need a hug? Did you need a cookie? Did you need something to make you feel better? Okay. All right. Thank you, Robin, and whoever else is still here. I don't know who's left, but Ursuline, and I know Bailey left, and I know Melissa had to leave, and I know Nana had to leave, but I appreciate you all so much. And yes, I will be good. I will be good because Robin's on my Robin is one of my little, you're one of my little guardian angels on my shoulder. So thank you. You have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.